What's up, everybody? Circus here, coming at you with this week's Rogue Deck Roundup. I got Kamel here with me. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm excited because we had a ban list that came out, and when that happens, there's room for rogues, right? They all kind of sneak in. They're like, "We're back, baby!" until they figure out the meta.
Yeah,
And
the
so,
ban list did affect some of the pretty oppressive ones, so I want to see how they did.
yeah, there were 21 different decks on the power rankings this week. We were down to like 12 and 13 the past couple of weeks, so this is good. This is good. So we'll get right into it. The first deck we're going to talk about, I know, is one that Kamel absolutely loves, and that's Weather Painters.
Oh God, Weather Painters, one of the decks that you see they are using Desi Draw here. These are one of the decks that are really going to suffer
Yeah,
from not having balance at their disposal. Usually, balance made this deck so much better. You were able to run a lot more survivability cards, and you would have a much better chance of opening them, and you wouldn't have to run strict 20 cards because you're always going to open your monsters to get you your spells and
right.
traps. So you could run Karma Cut, you could run Rainbow Life, you could run Hollow Life Barrier
Yep.
to guarantee your survival. But that's not the case anymore. Now you cannot run a consistency skill, so you have to open well, and then you can kind of mitigate some damage. There's no way to mitigate damage in this build except for flipping stuff down or getting it off the field.
hmm
So you're still going to have to know how to play the deck really well. There's a lot less leeway for failure here.
Well, this one got second place in Battle Phase Friday, so obviously with the skill, we know it's post ban list, but second place is pretty good. But look at
Mhm.
that spell and trap lineup: Book of Moon, Necro Valley, and Karma Cut. This is not a cheap deck
Yep.
anymore.
You need all the powerful effects that you can get now that you don't have guaranteed access to the things that you need at the start of the duel. That
Yeah.
is just how it is. I think all of these decks that lost their consistency skill just got a lot more expensive.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna have to run more stall cards, basically. All right, next one is one that we always say it's good, it's bad, it's good, it comes in, it leaves. We tell people not to get this deck, but they still do it, and that's Luna Lights.
Yeah, Lunalights, we were talking about recently how they kind of had a pretty good Noble Knights matchup,
hmm
and they still do. I'm just thinking Desperado was a big problem for this deck, no longer here. Good to
Right.
see Lunalights, though. They have been performing in tournaments in the past weeks, a lot more than they recently have.
This is the winner of the Dark World Legacy. I'm not sure if that's pre or post ban list. But as you can see here, I think this is a little bit more free to play version, right? Because they're running the Temperance and the Karibo versus maybe like Sphere Karibo or even Boxer Veil's pretty cheap to get. But
Well, he's new, so I wouldn't be surprised. He's a newer card. Maybe they didn't go into the new box. So, yeah, this is a pretty budget Lunalight list.
you see the
Yeah.
butterfly in there. Typically, you don't see the butterfly.
Oh, well, they probably played but they're probably in the new event. They're like, hey, the butterfly is pretty busted.
Yeah,
And
man,
then
you get a
and then
thousand
they use
attack on that thing.
it.
All
Oh
right.
gosh.
But Lunalights, I actually like them. I have fun playing them. It's just I don't recommend them for new people
Yeah.
just because unless you're
Every
getting
noob's favorite
unless you're
deck.
getting what's in there Lightsworn Engine. Then
Mhm.
if you get Lunas along the way, that's fine. All right, next one's fan favorite, the deck that never dies. It just gets old and crusty. Heroes.
Heroes. Yeah, man. Nothing has changed
I was just
about
gonna
this
say the
hero.
same thing, man.
Absolutely nothing. And heroes just kind of weasel their way in all the time. We have seen them in the past couple weeks with good matchups against Blue Eyes. After you remove back row, Blue Eyes is totally vulnerable to Vision Hero Trinity. That is how we saw heroes getting most of their power rankings points in the past couple of weeks. Blue Eyes going to be one of the better decks after the ban list goes to full effect. However, not going to lie, we have not seen that represented in tournament results so far. Blue Eyes is one of the decks that we thought was going to be pretty good so far has not performed. So Heroes needs good matchups in order to exist in the meta. How many of those matchups is it going to have in the new meta? That's the question.
Heroes, what you were saying was exactly like it. Nothing has changed. I was just thinking like it's like when you go to your grandparents' house and then like your mom shows you the room she grew up in, and they still
Yeah.
have all the same stuff from when she was growing up.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
exactly what Heroes is. All right,
Mm-mm-mm.
next one. This one was kind of spicy. This is our boy. Let me get this right. Kuro Kodairu, Mr. Alligator,
Kuroko
himself, Mr.
Dairu.
Mr. Crocodile, playing Rabbit
Yeah.
Dinos. I guess we call it.
Yes, this deck is so
Dino
fun
Rabbits.
to watch on stream. Like
Yeah.
if you've never like commentating this deck is so fun. Essentially, Rescue Rabbit lets you summon two normal monsters with
Hmm.
the same name or whatever from your deck. You can see he has a couple of them. He has two Megalo Smashers and two Kabazools. He uses that to make Spider Shark, and then everything else, all his major dinos are rank 4s, so he can go into any of those cheesy level 4 dinos, and then giving yourself the dinos in the grave for survival zen is massive. Yeah, this deck just works together very well. It's like the old dino deck, but on crack.
Yeah, it's always fun to watch Kuro Kodairu play because people always say, I have a spicy deck. I'm sorry. This is a spicy deck.
Yes,
Okay.
this is a
This is
spicy deck, and he knows how to play it. He
right.
is very good with it. He claps the best of the best with this deck on a regular basis, topping tournaments every week. If you guys have the cards for this, I would. This is a fun deck. This is
Yeah,
an
but you gotta
extremely
learn how
fun
to
deck.
play it. You don't just pick this
Yeah,
up and start playing it. You know what I mean? You
yeah.
gotta learn how to play.
Miscellaneousaurus is a card you really have to learn how to utilize.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So many people I have a spicy deck and it's just like a meta deck and they just put in one different card.
absolutely nuts.
This.
If you guys have the opportunity to watch Kuroku Dairo, you definitely want to.
Yeah, come check out our tournament season them all the time. All right. Now let's move on to the last one, and that is my personal favorite. Kamel's not a big fan, I don't think, but Yosenju's. I've been having a lot of fun with this deck. We had a lot of fun with it the other night on stream. This is Mordecai, I do believe. If
Mhm.
it's not, it's
That is
someone
definitely
else.
not Mordecai,
It's not. This is
but
Battle Phase Friday. He won last. He won Battle Phase Sunday, so this is
right.
Battle Phase Friday. So not Mordecai.
Yeah, so those Senjus at the moment, just not much has changed from them as well. They still do what they do extremely well, but they work extremely well with a lot of these three material, very powerful Xyz monsters. I
Right.
saw you messing up people with Utopia Ray for it, but you can see in this guy's extra deck, he also has Evil Storm Ouroboros and number 91 Thunder Guy, and
Thunder
those
guy.
guys have. So Evil Sword Ouroboros, rips a card out of your hand. Anything that gives you the resource advantage when you're playing Yosenju's is critical. Of course, you're already managing your resources the entire
Yep.
duel, and that's why this deck is so good at making these Xyz monsters, especially the Utopia Ray, which requires you to have 1,000 or below. No deck mitigates life points better than this one. Two Kiteroid, two Oyam. You lose life points when you want to, and that
Right.
is why you make such good utilization of these monsters.
It's like when you play Lunalights, you don't want to leave your monster in attack position because you know next turn they're going to Crimson Fox it. If you're playing Yosenju's and you don't kill them and you get them below 1,000 points, you're probably going to die next turn
Mhm.
unless you have a way to stop Utopia Ray. Because that's basically like a Crimson Fox coming out from the extra deck. And it just reduces all your monsters' attack and it just goes right over you for like 4,200. It's disgusting. I love it.
Yeah, a lot of people do underestimate the power of OEM.
Oh yeah. All right. So we're gonna get out of here, guys. I hope you enjoyed the rogue deck roundup. I like doing this. There's room for the rogues right now, and I cannot be any happier. What do you got to say about that, Kamal?
I'm happy for the road decks as well. The future's looking bright for them. You don't know for how long the new bedless period usually only lasts for a
Yeah,
few
they only get a
weeks.
couple of weeks, so enjoy it while you can. All right, we're gonna
Mhm.
get out of here. You should get in the Discord because it's free. The tournaments are free. The new player help is free. Make sure to subscribe because we're trying to hit 11,000. And at that point, Kamel is going to shave his mustache.
Nice.
I don't think he heard me. All right, we're gonna get out of here. We'll see you next time.